What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be doing bfdi. What if bfdi had a fighting game? Object Show Fan is doing a video which is kind of similar, but he's doing. I'm not going to spoil it. Go check out his channel. That's Object Show Fan 123. So and because that's not what he was doing, I went, screw it, I'm going to do it then. So yeah, this is my cast if bfdi had, bfdi wasn't a fighting game. First of all, Blocky would just use his pranks, attacks, trampolines. Probably put the ice cube recovery center on a train and probably come down and crush his enemies. The cardboard box spaceship. Yeah, I think Blocky would use his pranks to kind of lay traps around the the area of the arena. And yeah. Next up we have Coiny. Coiny is a must. Even though he would just kind of... A lot of these are just characters who, they just need to be in this fighting game. I'm actually going to do the same. Let's just pull the ones who I just need to be in this fighting game. These are the ones that, in my opinion, just have to be in this fighting game. I don't know what their attacks are going to be or anything, but, they all just use, things from their long tenures on the show, you know what I mean? The 5 of the most iconic characters right there. Flower would probably use a part, Leafy would probably use the map, Fiery would probably, use the Coiny slapping glove, Coiny would probably roll around as a coin, maybe bring out Nickel, and then, they could spawn coins that will rain from the sky. Pin will just, I don't know, maybe turn into Mecha Pin or something. Next up is David. David's whole thing will just be going, oh, seriously? And kind of, blasting people back. Yeah. He would be a joke character. Fun, but a joke character. Golf Ball, and we're actually going to put Golf Ball there because Golf Ball and Tennis Ball are a tag team duo. So that you could press a button and you'll switch between the two. If you're playing as Golf Ball, you're hard to hit, but you also take less damage and do less damage. So, would you risk doing less damage if it means you're harder to hit? But also, you would take more damage, you know what I mean? So you deal less, you take more, but you're harder to hit. Or do you Tennis Ball, who does more damage, is a tank, but is incredibly easy to hit, you know what I mean? They would have their inventions that they use in the show. Maybe Golf Ball used the hat from Teapot 3 to summon something. Yeah. Next up, we have, actually skipping all of these, Rocky. Yeah, Rocky will just barf on people, that's it. Spongy is another one I think would work really well. Mainly just the ability to kind of just be a tank who could run into people, use a spaceship, use ping pong and table tennis rackets, Yeah. Next up, we actually have Buck. So Buck would be the kind of Pokemon trainer. Buck would use things out of her pages, but she'd also be able to call on Free Smart to help her out with the Free Smart Super Van. I know I maybe could have picked one of them, Pencil or something, but look how many bfdi characters we have already. I wanted some other seasons to be kind of shown off. So yeah. Next up is Gelatin. Gelatin would throw forks around. He'd have his steakhouse, typical Gelatin stuff. Yeah. He'd probably, use Naily or something as an attack. And Yellowface. He'd be able to use his ad powers to go get things and stuff like that. He'd be able to, steal the limbs of an opponent or something, which would be quite funny. But yeah, Yellowface is our next one there. So, as you can see, we have a few people who just, use things that aren't, create things or stuff like that. You'd have some joke characters, you'd have some tanks, you'd have some like just normal attackers. These five would probably be like the easy characters to get hold of. You could have the typical like trap character. I want to go with Balloony. I think Balloony would be kind of like easy to kill, but he'd be quite quick. He'd be gliding around the stage, you know what I mean, going for like aerial, like straight down attacks. And I just think that would just be fun. Belle is another character I think would be great in this game. Just imagine swinging everywhere. Using Teapot 4's kind of like heat kind of ability to kind of like as like a shield. I can hit people back and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Next up we have Fanny. I just think the air abilities and stuff like that you could do. Maybe even be able to call on Death Pact, whatever. But yeah, I think that'd probably work quite well. Lightning is my next one. Lightning just would be... I think Lightning would have a meter where he can fly, but then after a while he like forgets how to fly, because that's like the whole joke is Lightning forgets to fly. And yeah, Lightning would just zap people and stuff like that. And we already know his super. It's literally what he did in Teapot 7. Next up we have Lai. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they call her Lai, sometimes they call her Lai. I think it's meant to be Lai, but I don't know. I think it's Lai though. But yeah, she would kind of use a super mode and all that. She'd be more like, she'd have two modes. One mode is like quite passive and stuff like that and uses different types of attacks. And then as soon as you build up enough, she goes into a super rage meter and stuff like that. So she's probably like the type of character that you kind of don't want. You need to like block a lot of attacks, build up energy, and then you can start going on the attack. So it's kind of that type of character. It's very gimmicky. Loser is next. Loser won't attack. Loser's whole thing is he'll just get everyone else to attack for him. Like, he'll just go, and then someone will go and throw a punch for him. I just think that's really funny. That's something I genuinely just thought would be kind of cool. Now, this took me a while. Now, this is the exact order, like, this is kind of how I figured it out, but I did not know what my last one was going to be. I thought Needle, Snowball, TV, Cloudy or Foldy, that's Gatey, Pillow, Bommy. I went with Pillow. I think, we have one row of BFDI contestants and the other row are all BFDIA to, not Teapot really, because they're all BFB, so BFB really. I just think that's really cool. You know what I mean? Pillow is the violent one. She loves murder. She loves everything like that. So she could definitely use like matches and swords and stuff like that. Things she used to kill people in, Teapot. And yeah, I just think that'd be really cool. But anyway, every fighting game has like a secret character. So we need a secret character. It's obvious. If you need a secret character in a fighting game for BFDI, and that character is whole joke is that they say that they were originally in the original 20. They were technically the original 22, if you count David. And they've always been there. They've been on every team. They've been in every challenge. They've never received a vote. You would then put them in a fighting game where the whole thing is that they are actually the unlockable character and they can go, oh, I've been in the cast the whole time, you just never picked me. I think that's funny. Like, it doesn't even tell you unlocked it. You just go to play, maybe do play some duos or something, and you go, wait, when did I unlock Profiley? That's the joke. It doesn't tell you when you beat the game, because there'll be a story mode and stuff like that. That's it. That is my cast for What If. Also, Profiley would just, like, summon every other character. Every character here would... Well, not every character here, but most of the characters here would have, like, attacks. And Profiley would just be, like, there. I feel like Profiley would have, like, things to do with like the challenges as well, kind of thing. Maybe loser has all the contestants, Profile has all like the challenges. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Also, put in comments below, what would your ideal cast be? Any of these you like, any of these you don't like? Yeah, see you next time.